If you haven't heard by now, Elon Musk made an offer to purchase Twitter on Thursday, April 14th for $54.20 per share. And in just a few short days later, on April 25th, Twitter approved the agreement. This is a tremendous tale with several fast-paced aspects, which means this tale will certainly go on for months, maybe even longer. So why exactly would the wealthiest person in the world, who heads Tesla and SpaceX, want to buy a social media company? What beneficial modifications could Elon Musk push for on Twitter? How quickly could things start to change? Also, what does this mean for Twitter stocks and its shareholders? Lastly, would Trump return to Twitter? And if so, what would it mean for the platform? As a result of this, we put together a guide for you, our viewers, that will be updated as the situation evolves. Because, like Elon, we love you. So buckle up and stay with us till the end of the ride, because this is going to be a wild one. Welcome back to Reign Supreme, a channel to impact influential, powerful minds. The world's wealthiest man, Tesla CEO Elon Musk, has agreed to pay a staggering $44 billion for Twitter Inc., a social media powerhouse used by global leaders, celebrities, and cultural influencers. Last month, Twitter decided to sell itself to Mr. Musk for $54.20 per share. That's a 38% premium over the company's share price. All this happening just before Mr. Musk's revelation that he was the company's biggest shareholder. According to statistics provided by DealLogic, it would be the biggest transaction in at least 2 decades to take a firm private, something Mr. Musk has been suggesting he would do with the platform. Perhaps after accumulating an impressive following of over 83 million people on the microblogging site, the billionaire has declared repeatedly that he wants to, quote, change it by encouraging more individual freedoms and allowing users more choice over what they see. By turning the firm private, Mr. Musk will be able to work on the platform away from the prying eyes of investors, regulators, and others. Moreover, according to papers filed within the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, Elon Musk sold around $8.4 billion worth of Tesla shares last week to raise funds to acquire Twitter. But the billionaire vows he will not sell any more Tesla shares, quote, afterwards. Meanwhile, the majority of Musk's shares were sold in the last week of April, with the filing showing that he sold 4.4 million shares. On Thursday, the 28th of April, he sold another 5.2 million shares before tweeting, quote, no more Tesla sales planned after today. Whereas Tesla stock prices fell 12% on Tuesday, the 26th of April, but has since risen. Later, the stock rose almost 3.9%. On the other hand, to fund the deal, Musk has promised to get $25.5 billion in fully committed debt, including $12.5 billion in loans against his Tesla stock. Interestingly, Musk somehow doesn't disclose any equity partners with whom he might split the financial burden of the company. And also, Musk already owns a 9% share in Twitter, which is worth an estimated $2.9 billion. We're talking big business and big money here, you guys. Now, let's talk about what will happen to Twitter's stock price. Well, whenever Twitter becomes private, it will no longer be possible for the general public to acquire shares on marketplaces, like the New York Stock Exchange. However, it is a little more complicated for Twitter investors. Therefore, previously, Musk has said that he would, quote, encourage as many Twitter shareholders as possible to remain in a privatized Twitter. But regrettably, it isn't clear how many stockholders that would entail. According to National World, after the buyout is done, Twitter will make a, quote, tender offer to investors to buy out their shares at the agreed-upon price between Twitter and Musk. Then, according to Nation World, when the firm is privatized, the majority of investors will get automatic dividends, with the money transferred into the account used to acquire the shares. Under the terms of the deal between Twitter and Musk, Twitter stockholders would get $54.20 per share of Twitter stock. Now, let's talk about what changes Elon Musk could push for on Twitter. While we don't know what he plans to do as a board member, Musk hasn't backed away from using Twitter to express his ideas on how the service may be improved. Based on his tweets, here are 4 ideas we anticipate him putting out soon. The number 1 idea is to loosen the content moderation restrictions. According to Musk, Twitter is the modern-day counterpart of a public forum since it is the, quote, the de facto public town square. Consequently, he has criticized the move by Twitter to ban former President Trump from the platform after his failed revolt at the U.S. Capitol on January 6, 2021. Whereas Musk tweeted, quote, a lot of people are going to be really upset with West Coast high tech as the de facto arbiter of free expression. In reaction to the Christian conservative humor magazine, The Babylon Bee, after it posted a humorous story headlined, quote, evil fascist dictator censored and voted out of office, on January 11, 2021. However, if Musk's tweets are to be believed, Twitter's moderation will soon be loosened under Musk's leadership. He also displayed this view at least once in recent weeks, when he rebuffed attempts by, quote, certain countries, not Ukraine, to limit Russian news broadcasts on his satellite internet business Starlink. Quote, we will not do so until we are forced to, he stated. My apologies for being such a free speech enthusiast. Number 2 is algorithmic modifications. In the past, Tesla CEO Elon Musk has made a point about Twitter's influence on society. Last month, he questioned his followers whether they thought Twitter's algorithm should be, quote, open source, a word used to describe software that is freely available and can be changed by a wide range of participants. Even though it may seem like a specialized idea, it has a deep connection to his ideas about free speech rights. Furthermore, in a tweet, Musk said to one follower, quote, I'm worried about the de facto bias in the Twitter algorithm having a major effect on public discourse. The question is, how can we tell what's actually going on? Number 3 is eliminating spam bots. Some of Musk's expected recommendations are more about his own Twitter usage than anything else. For example, he has previously suggested he wants to get rid of, quote, crypto spam bots, spam accounts pushing what look to be crypto-based schemes, frequently using Musk's Twitter picture. Moreover, in a recent interview, Tesla CEO Elon Musk referred to spam on Twitter as the, quote, single most aggravating thing. In fact, he has made a public appeal to Twitter to do something about the situation. And in February, he asked, how long must this go on? Number 4 is including an editing button. It has been a long-standing demand among Twitter users to have an edit button, whereas the Tesla CEO is also in favor of it. For years, he has been pushing for an edit option to be added to Twitter so that users may correct minor spelling mistakes or incorrect links immediately after publishing. In a survey he conducted last month, he received overwhelming approval from his 80 million plus followers. But this week, Twitter confirmed that it has been working on the feature for some time. Now, how quickly could Elon change things on Twitter? Probably not that quickly. The deal still needs to be finalized, a process that could take weeks or even months. Under federal law, Musk will have to notify regulators at the Federal Trade Commission and Justice Department about his plans to buy Twitter. If regulators open a review of the deal, it could lead to delays in closing the purchase. Meanwhile, after that, Musk pledged to take Twitter private. When he announced his bid, he said in a filing with the Securities and Exchange Commission that, quote, since making my investment, I now realize the company will neither thrive nor serve the societal imperative in its current form. Twitter needs to be transformed as a private company. Musk has said he would want to keep as many shareholders as allowed by the law when he takes the company private, and he hasn't announced plans for what a leadership team or potential board of directors would look like. So there are still a lot of open questions about how much direct influence Musk would wield. Lastly, what's at stake if Trump returned to Twitter? In the long run, if Elon Musk gets his way with the proposed acquisition of Twitter, it might have a seismic impact on American politics. But there's one way in which the Tesla creator may make an instant impact: by bringing back Donald J. Trump. On the other hand, the New York Times On Politics editor Blake Hounshell points out in a piece that his comeback might have both positive and negative consequences, though many who have been the targets of the former president's Twitter insults would prefer he remain off the site. Voters have routinely informed pollsters that they disapprove of Mr. Trump's tweets, so his presence might also aid Democrats, who are in urgent political need of a villain. Furthermore, on Monday, when Twitter accepted Musk's offer, Mr. Trump told Fox News that he would not be returning to Twitter. Instead, he will stay on the Truth Social, his Twitter-like platform which has failed to gain popularity since its inception this year. And a revision of Twitter's speech standards might undercut the new site's posture as a shelter for persecuted conservatives. If you ask me, it's hard to put anything past Trump. He may return, he may not. Your guess is as good as mine. So, do you support Elon Musk's plan to acquire Twitter outright? Do you think there's an ulterior motive for buying Twitter? What would you do if you bought Twitter? What would be your ultimate goal? We're so eager to know your thoughts about today's video, as well as the answers to these questions. So give yourself a moment to contemplate, and then let us know what you think in the comments below. And with that, today's video ends. If you liked today's video and found it valuable, please hit the thumbs up, subscribe button, and press the notification bell. We'll see you on the next one. Thank you for watching.